Hello everyone, myself Rupa. This is a BSc program, subject mathematics, 5th semester, University of Mysore, session 32. The title of this paper is Real Analysis 2 and Algebra 3. The topic of this session is rings and fields. Recap. In previous session, we discussed on definition and examples of rings, definition of integral domain, division rings, field definitions with examples. In this session, we will discuss on properties of integral domain. Theorem. Every finite integral domain is a field. Here, they have given integral domain. We have to prove that integral domain is a field. Integral domain and field, they have 10 properties in common. The speciality of integral domain is zero divisors are absent. The speciality of a field is every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse. Now, in order to prove that every finite integral domain is a field, now I have to prove that every non-zero element has a multiplicative inverse. Now, I will go to the proof. Let D be the finite integral domain and a1, a2, etc. an be n different elements of D. That is, D equals a1, a2, etc. an. Let ak be non-zero element of D and construct the D dash by multiplying every element of D dash by AK. The resulting set is D dash equals A1 into AK, A2 into AK, etc. AN into AK. We know that A1 is present in D, AK is also present in D. By closure law, A1 into AK is present in D. Also, A2 is present in D, AK is present in D. By closure law, A2 into AK is also present in D. Similarly, AN is present in D, AK is present in D. By closure law, AN into AK is also present in D. Therefore, by closure law, all the elements of the D set D dash are present in the set D. Now, I wanted to show that all the elements of the set D dash are different. Suppose if any two of them are equal, that is AI into AK equals AJ into AK for I is not equal to J. That implies AI into AK minus AJ into AK equals 0 for I is not equal to J. By right distributive law, that is by taking AK common, we get AI minus AJ into AK equals 0 for I is not equal to J. Since AK is not equal to 0, that forces AI minus AJ equal to 0 for I is not equal to J, since D is an integral domain. That implies AI equals AJ for I is not equal to j, which is a contradiction. Therefore, all the elements of D dash are different. If D contains n elements, then D dash also contains n elements. Therefore, D equals D dash. We know that 1 is present in D since D is an integral domain. That implies 1 is present in D dash since D is equal to D dash. By element of D dash, 1 is present in D dash. We know that the element of D dash, they are of the form of Ai into Ak. Therefore, 1 equals Ai into Ak for some I varies from 1 to n. That implies Ak inverse equals Ai. Therefore, every non-zero element of D has a multiplicative inverse. Therefore, it is a field. Hence, every finite integral domain is a field. Next theorem. Zn is an integral domain if and only if n is a prime number. Proof. Given Zn is an integral domain, to show that n is a prime, assume that n is not a prime number. Then n is a composite number. Therefore, n has a non-trivial factorization. Let n equals a into b, where a and b are varies from 1 to n. In Zn, n is congruent to 0. Therefore, 0 equals a into b. Since a and b are lying between 1 to n, therefore a is not equal to 0 and b is not equal to 0. Therefore, a is not equal to 0 and b is not equal to 0. That implies a into b equals 0. Therefore, a and b are zero divisors, which is a contradiction. Hence, n is a prime number. Conversely, given n is a prime number, to show that Zn is an integral domain, let a comma b is present in Zn such that a into b equal to 0. In Zn, multiples of n are zeros. Therefore, this 0 can be written as n into k. Therefore, AB equals nk, where k is an integer. That is, AB by n equals k, which is present in Z. Therefore, n divides AB. Since n is a prime number, n divides A or n divides B. Therefore, there exist two integers k1 and k2 such that a by n equals k1 or b by n equals k2. That is, a equals k1 into n and b equals k2 into n. In Zn, multiples of n are zeros. That is, therefore, k1 into n equal to 0 and k2 into n is also 0. Therefore, a is equal to 0 and B equals 0. Therefore, A into B equals 0. That implies A equals 0 or B equals 0. Therefore, 0 divisors are absent. Hence, Zn is an integral domain. Next theorem. A ring R is without 0 divisors if and only if the cancellation law holds in R. Or prove that a ring R is an integral domain if and only if for all A, B, C belongs to R, A into B equals A into C and A is not equal to 0. That implies B equal to C. Proof. Let R be a ring without 0 divisors. To prove cancellation law holds in R, let A, B, C is present in R such that A into B equals A into C and A is not equal to 0. Then A into B minus A into C equals 0. By left distributive law, A into B minus C equals 0. Since A is not equal to 0, that forces B minus C equal to 0 since R has no 0 divisors. That is B equal to C. Therefore, A into B equals A into C and A is not equal to 0. That implies A equal to C, which is left cancellation law. Similarly, we can prove the right cancellation law. Conversely, given cancellation law holds in R. To prove that R has no 0 divisors, assume that R has 0 divisors. Let A is not equal to 0 and B is not equal to 0, which is present in R, such that A into B equals 0. Here we can write 0 as A into 0. That is A into B equals A into 0. By cancellation, left cancellation law, here A get cancelled. That is B equal to 0, which is a contradiction since B is not equal to 0. Similarly, consider A into B equal to 0. Here 0 can be written as 0 into B. By right cancellation, here B get cancelled. That implies A equal to 0, which is a contradiction since A is not equal to 0. Therefore, R has no 0 divisors. Thank you.